Hello everyone and welcome to Authentic Now Yoga, the online yoga studio for anybody and everybody. My name is Jody Pignolet and today we're going to do a full class slowly because sometimes it's super beneficial to just get yourself to slow down, especially certain times of the year when the external messages or pressure is all about do, rush, gotta get a lot done, gotta be out there and be social. And this time of year in particular, coming up on the solstice, we're way more really authentically wired to go more inward. So taking a class that is slowing you down, you get to see so much more about what's happening in your being as you're in the class. It's great for your nervous system. And as I said, it just counterbalances that external energy. So rather than just starting right here, I want to invite you to get up off of your mat and come into your easy seated pose in a very slow and mindful way. Feeling those feet on the mat, slowing this motion down, choosing where those legs are going. Now when you find your position, releasing tension, imagine that tension is just melting off of your body. And you can slow the breath down if you choose to, or just simply follow it at some point. Yeah, already I feel different and I like it. Okay, so I'll be quiet for a little while, giving you time with yourself, slowing that down. It might be a challenge, it might be so welcome, it might be both. With your next few breath cycles, you can just imagine that breath is filling your whole being, reaching all the way to the edges. Nice. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes if they were closed. So we're going to lift our arms on the inhalation, lower our arms on the exhalation, and then we will repeat that motion in a very slow motion style. And we'll do 3 rounds of that, is my vision. So let's just nice full, making space in the chest cavity, exhaling. Nice. And then slow motion, ready? Exhale slowly. Nice, regular speed inhale. Exhale. Slow motion. Last 2, inhale, regular speed. Exhale, just normal. And then nice and slow. See what's happening with your breath, with your arms, with your upper body, with your lower body. Exhaling slowly. Nice. So wiggle if you need to wiggle. So let's plug in those sit bones. Let's grow the spine nice and tall. And then walk our hands forward. So a forward fold, any amount. It could look like this. It could look like folding all the way over. And let's just walk our hands back up. Take the right hand off of the right hip, come into a side bend. Just nice and easy, starting out. Bring it back up, hands behind you, little back bend. So opening up the belly, the collarbones. Yeah, back to neutral. Let's take the left hand off, reach up with the right arm, side bend. Nice, beautiful. Let's bring that back up. Now we're going to do this whole round again, slow motion. So plug in the sit bones. Imagine your spine is, you're like a little time-lapse photo of a plant growing up. Yes, walk it forward. Spend some slow time here. You can lengthen as you go forward, keeping the sit bones down. Just take a few breaths. Yes, and then slowly walk yourself back up. Come to your nice tall spine. Right hand off the hip. Ground those sit bones. Grow your spine again the same way we did before. Reaching, growing. There's so many little tiny movements happening in this space. It never stops. Bring it back up slowly. Take your hands behind. Grow that spine, open the front. Just keep witnessing. Good. Back to center. Left hand off the hip. Reach the right arm up. Bend over to the left. Slow motion video of a tree being blown in the wind. Nice. Bring it back up. Two things I wanted to mention. One is when, well, I said it before, but I just want to really reiterate. When you go slowly, you get to see all that's happening from point A to point B. And then when you go slowly, you also use more of your body and more of your strength as opposed to using momentum to help you get to a certain place. So just wanted to point those two things out. So let's come into a child's pose. Come into it slowly. This is our little moment to pause, remind ourselves what it feels like to be connected to the breath, to the body. You have all the time in the world to take yourself into this. Following that breath cycle all the way from beginning to end. Nice. All right, let's come on out. We're going to take our hands shoulder width apart. We're going to curl the toes under. We're going to move very slowly, surprise, surprise, into a down dog. So keeping that core nice and engaged will give you the support that you need as you move very slowly deliberately into this posture. One more breath cycle here. What do you notice? All right, let's walk our feet to our hands. We'll do the same thing in a forward fold. Anything that you would just normally do, see if you can get yourself to do it more slowly. Let's bend the knees slightly and we'll just roll up, stacking one vertebra on top of the other, nice and slowly. You can watch that whole event with each vertebra. Nice. All right, let's come to standing in the center of our mat. Find your feet maybe about a leg length apart, but we're going to come into a double horseman's pose or a goddess pose, and we're going to want the knees to track over the ankles, so you're going to have to adjust your stance. Check that out. Nice. Okay, so once you have that, as the feet are turned out a little bit, we're going to come down, hands on the knees. So here I like to just let that butt drop towards the mat as it lengthens your spine, reaching up with the crown of the head. And we'll just do a little bit of twisting here. So bring your right shoulder forward, your left shoulder back. Inhale, come back to center. Left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. Inhale, come back to center. Maybe you can drop your butt a little bit more. Maybe you feel a little more length in the spine. And then let's do this slow motion. So right shoulder's coming forward, left shoulder's coming back. We're keeping the length in the spine. We're spiraling over to the left. You're going to notice something, I'm sure. I'm confident. Maybe I noticed my right knee moving forward, which I did not want it to do. Yeah, bring it slowly back to center and over to the right. Beautiful. Keeping the length as you come back to center. Let's come all the way up. If you need to shake your legs out, wiggle them out, do whatever you need to do. And then we're going to come back down. This time we're going to keep our spine vertical. And we're just going to settle right down towards the mat. The knees might want to fall in. Just encourage them to move back that way. Yeah. So it doesn't matter really how far you're going. Just keeping the legs strong, keeping the spinal alignment, finding where your edge is. Yeah, nice. Let's come on back out. Let's bring the arms up overhead. Lengthen that spine, really anchor into the vertical, and we're going to slowly lower that down. And let's just bring the elbows out to the sides. Yeah. Still moving. Get that core. Yeah, so many ways to get dialed into this posture. Lovely. Going to come out just the way I went in. Nice and slowly. Release the arms. All right, let's take our feet parallel. We'll find a triangle pose here. I notice that this foot wants to track out that way a little bit more. That one doesn't, but I always have to check on that one. All right, legs nice and grounded, spine nice and tall, arms reaching out. Yes. Release. Let's find that one more time in a very slow motion. I slowed it all down. Yeah, set the shoulders on your back, away from the ears. Maybe you can reach those arms out a little bit further. Lengthen a little more, ground the legs a little more. Nice. All right, we'll take the left toes towards that wall, right toes come forward a little bit. Let's reach forward with that left arm. You can take the right hand to the hip. Lengthening the spine. Taking the hand to a block, to the mat, to the leg. Again, lengthening the spine, spiraling a little bit. Really just facing the side. Stacking the shoulders. Reaching up with the right arm if that's what you want to do. You can keep it on the hip. You can practice grace in your slow motionness. Just keep it moving. Look down at your foot. Come on out slowly. And we'll just switch the feet over to that side with the arms extended. Left hand to hip, right arm reaching out. Right side body lengthening. Taking the hand to the block, to the mat, to the leg. Lengthening, opening, reaching. Finding your position and still moving slowly. Looking down at your foot, coming all the way out. Nice. All right, we're going to switch those feet again. We're going to come into a side angle pose. If you want to widen your legs, your stance, so that you can come a little more deeply down into that front leg or front knee, and you have room to lower, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, we're going to set up the arms, set up the spine, set up the legs. I could feel that I needed to shift my alignment there. And then we're going to come into that front knee. So you can take your left elbow to the knee. You can take your left hand to the knee. You can come to a block or to the mat. Whatever's going to work for your body. This is a side angle pose. That means this is one nice long line. Yes. It's all still unfolding. Let that breath be slow. Yeah. Have your arm bring you back up. I'm going to take my block with me. So I just switch my feet. Set up my stance. I feel like I should now have a deep voice that's like a slow down recording. All right, let's come forward. Elbow to the knee, or hand to the knee, or hand to the block or mat, depending on what your body is available for. And I'm just sinking down into this pose. And then I'm going to reach that arm up and over. You don't have to, you can keep it on your hip. What do you notice? There's so much. Oh, I love it. Lovely, lovely. All right, slowly make your way back out. Bring your feet parallel. You can walk your feet in. Put that block away. All right, if there's any movements that you need to take, your body's like, let's just reset. It's always a good thing to do. Okay, so we're going to do a couple standing balancing postures. All right, let's simply remind ourselves how to be in a standing pose. Feet are parallel, they're nice and grounded. My legs are engaged. I have a neutral pelvis. I have a tall, engaged upper body and spine. My shoulders are down away from my ears. Yes. So I'm going to take this over to my right leg. Nice. And then all I'm simply going to do from here is lift up and take a hold of the knee. That's it. I'm going to release the knee. Find my alignment. Step over to the other side. Bring that knee up. Ooh. And come on back out again. This time we're going to find it very slowly. So find your alignment and then shift over. Slowly bringing that knee up. Slowly dialing in that pose. To feel all those tiny little muscles at work, bringing you into your alignment and engagement. Nice, beautiful. All right, let's come on back out. Slowly shifting over to the other side. Anchoring in if you need that reminder. It's not a bad idea. Bringing the knee up slowly. I could have gone more slowly. Yes. So always fine-tuning. Yeah. All right, come on out. This time we're going to shift over to the right leg, and we're going to reach around and grab the foot behind. If you can't reach, just bend the knee, and then we'll switch sides. Like a speed skater going back and forth like that. Grab the foot or just bend. Then we'll switch sides. Slowly bringing that foot up. Reaching that knee to the mat. Making the clasp if you have it. You can take both hands back there. You can open up the front body more. Yeah, taking our time. We have it. Gently release. See, I went into my autopilot of moving more quickly. Switching over to the other leg, reaching back, grabbing that foot. Opening the front body. Slowly dialing, and I'm smiling because it's wobbly. Whoop. Nice. All right. Surprisingly, we're going to do this one more time. You can take that into a full dancer pose, or you can just do anything that we've done so far. If you want to reach up and come forward slowly. Yeah, coming out as slowly as you went in. There's a lot to notice there as well. Switching sides. So tempting to rush. Nice. Made my way out. And I'm going to meet you on the mat in a child's pose. Coming down slowly, mindfully. Take a different shape of this if you'd like. Maybe the knees are wide. Coming up, we're going to sit on our bottoms. It's nice to use a blanket if that helps, if you don't have super bendy hips. So let's take the bottoms of the feet together, nice and wide out from the groin. Gotta move back here. And just come into a forward fold. Any amount. And then let's bring the bottoms of the feet closer to the groin. What is going to help you determine what that distance should be is when you start to roll back on those sit bones, you've gone too close. So move your feet out a little bit. See if you can sit up tall on those sit bones. Yeah. Just grow a little bit here. Let the knees sink. Forward fold it if you have it, if you'd like. You can take your time. Inhale yourself, come on back up. We're going to reach that right leg out to the side. You can take that left leg in closer up against the thigh. There we go. These toes are towards the ceiling, knees towards the ceiling. Plug in those sit bones. See if you can grow up nice and tall from there. And then we're going to come into a side bend here. And so you can take this hand and just help it move you into a side bend. You can reach it up and over, or you can wrap it around. It sort of helps keep this side bend orientation. So we're going to do this slowly though. Just again, finding that tall spine. Yes, beautiful. Give yourself all that space. Bending over to the side. Maybe you can reach the toes, maybe you can't, it's okay. You can bring your arm along the inside of that leg. Feel the bend opening. Two more nice, slow, full breath cycles. Yes, inhale it, come on up. And let's just switch sides. Find your alignment, your orientation, and then find your side bend slow, slow motion. Taking that time to dial that posture in. Yes. Nice. Inhale yourself. Come on back out. Let's take the bottoms of the feet together again. Nice. Let's bring the knees up. We're going to come all the way down onto our bellies. And just orient yourself here nice and slowly, like a lizard in the sun. Let's slide our hands back underneath our shoulders. We'll find a little cobra here. So it can be really, truly be a little cobra. It can be a little bit taller of a cobra. It can be an even taller cobra. Yeah, just in and out a few times, finding your relationship with this posture. And then we'll work into it slowly, slowly. So things are going to need to be set up for support. Fingers spread wide, elbows in towards the ribs, shoulders reaching away, legs reaching long, which engages the back. Maybe feel your shoulders moving towards each other and down the back. It's a great place to stay right here. Or move into it more slowly. Stop if you feel like you need to, or just keep on going. Find where the glitches are, the weak spots. Nice, lengthen. Lower. Take your forehead on your hands, one hand on top of the other. And just wiggle out the hips. Take your feet towards your bottom. And then toes pointed towards the ceiling, knees bent about 45 degrees, or 90 degrees, I mean. And just slowly lift one foot towards the ceiling and the other as you lower the other. A couple more rounds, just normal speed. And then let's do this slow, slow motion. So it's really going to require the support of the whole core body. Just you get to tune into that as you move slowly, seeing what is being called on. Where are the gaps? Just back and forth slowly. One more round. And when you're finished, just meet with your knees still bent 90 degrees, and you can just Windshield wiper those shins back and forth. Loosen up. Love it. Okay, lower the legs. Hands underneath the shoulders again. Let's just push back to a quick little round child's pose. All right, and then up and all the way onto our backs, then still moving slowly and deliberately. Yeah, just take your time settling in. Nice. Just release your arms by your sides. Windshield wiper your feet back and forth. Loosen up those hips. We're going to work our way into a low boat or low scoop hold. So we're going to move into this very slowly, but I'm going to show you just what's going to happen first. So I'm going to take my legs together and reach my arms up overhead. Move away a little bit more. Palms towards the ceiling. I'm going to bring my arms out to the sides. Palms stay up. And when I come through about halfway, I'm going to start engaging those shoulders, bringing them down onto my back. While that's happening, I'm contracting the belly, tucking the tailbone under. Got it? And then I'm going to lift the head and I'll lift the legs. The chin is moving towards the chest. And then I'm going to lower. So all that's going to happen in a very slow motion way. So getting yourself up, legs reaching long and squeezing together, arms reaching up overhead, getting that length first. Bringing the arms by the sides, palms up, shoulder blades set. Scoop, tuck the tailbone under. Stay here for a few breath cycles if you can, making sure that this doesn't collapse. Squeeze. Maybe you can grow a little bit more. Shoulders reaching away, keeps your neck protected. Lower, slowly. Arms come back up overhead. Reach long. You can flex the ankles if you want. Lengthen the belly. Really let it let go. All right, let's take that through one more round. Toes are pointed, legs squeezing together, arms coming around the sides. Setting the shoulders, bringing the head up, tucking the tailbone. My fingers are reaching away, bringing the shoulders. My chin is tucked. Yeah, I had to scoop a little more under. Yes, lower, slowly. Slow, 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 like you're moving through water. Nice. All right, let's hug those knees in. Let's give that a little wiggle any way you might be needing. All right, let's lower the feet to the mat. Knees are bent. We're going to come into a few bridge poses in a slow motion way. So let's get set up first. The feet are hip width apart. The arms are by your sides, palms down. You can tuck those shoulder blades under a little bit. Nice. And with all of those contact points on the mat, we're just going to simply push away from those as we lift our hips, lift our spine, up towards the ceiling. Nice, and just slowly let it all back down. One big piece. All right, this time let's tilt the pelvis forward and back a few times. And then let's meet up with the pelvis tilted so that the lower back is in contact with the mat. From there, we're going to peel our spine off the mat, one little bump at a time. Slowly, mindfully, starting with the tailbone. Feet and arms and shoulders are keeping you grounded and supported. Lifting, lifting, lifting. A few breath cycles once you're up. You can keep dialing it in. Yeah. And when you're ready, starting with the neck, we're just going to set the spine down the same way we came up. One little bump at a time. Slowly. Noticing where it gets challenging. Yeah, did it. All right. Okay, take yourself through any shapes, movements, postures, any way of being you need to be right now. Maybe you want to move quickly. Maybe you just really want to keep going slowly with whatever you've got on board. Let's take about 45 seconds. And then as you are ready, whenever you are ready, taking yourself into your final corpse pose, do that slowly, mindfully. Set yourself up nice and long, nice and open, nice and comfortable, allowing this whole experience of letting go, melting into your mat. Allowing gravity to just undo all of that tension, all of that effort. Doesn't happen all at once. Now just be quiet for a little while. Give you some time with yourself. A few minutes. take a few rounds of really nice, full breath cycles. Imagine that air is just slowly filling all of your being. And whenever you're ready, you can start to introduce some slow and gentle movement. So you just bring your body back to life in whatever way feels authentic to you right now. And then you'll find yourself on your side. Maybe just take one more breath, reminding yourself of slow motion. Find your seated pose, keeping your eyes closed if that feels comfortable to you. A few more breath cycles here, just totally tuning in. What does it feel like to be you right now after all of this slowing down? Is there anything you want to celebrate or anything you want to take with you into the rest of your day? One more full breath. Whole being. Lovely. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. Namaste. I want to keep moving. Slow motion. Wow. I loved that. I hope that you did too. I'm glad that you brought yourself to practice yoga for you, and I'm glad you brought yourself to practice with me. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, I would love to see those as well. Otherwise, have a really wonderful day.